I was asked to say something about the about justice, and because apparently I said at one point that justice is not in our hands, and also that even like every hair that's ever been hurt on anyone's head is balanced out. So like that there is a kind of a cosmic justice, let's say. Um, so to the first point, justice isn't in our hands. That's true, in the sense that if we are wronged, it's not our task to balance it. So that would be like a self-important intervening, and that doesn't mean that a spontaneous response can't be harmonious. So the justice can be meted out through us or without us in the picture. That really doesn't matter. Yeah, and the fact that just like cosmically there is a like everything that's done in a way, everything that is wronged, any hair that's been hurt on anyone's head does get balanced out, because what actually happens is that in each unique expression of life among humans, there's this thing that I would call it ego for simplicity's sake, which is an abuse of our gift of language and of thinking, because that's our gift, but we have assumed that because of that, those abilities, we are something special. So that immediately takes us out of the harmony of the whole, because there's no specialness. Yeah, and which is kind of which logically makes sense, because like why would something be more special than something else? Like why would a rose be more special than a dandelion, or one language be more special than the other, or anything. So justice, I mean, what we give out, what we perpetrate, let's say, if we go against our own nature and we go along with this belief in human specialness and then in our own specialness. Okay, one thing is acting these things out unconsciously because we've been conditioned. That's one thing. There's an innocence to that. But if we know better, then if we willingly cultivate the ego in us, we cultivate so many self-images, we carry around this group of things that we say, like I'm like this, I'm like that, I'm such a good painter, I'm such a good writer, I'm such a good engineer. This pride that we develop, that we build up in order to sort of compensate for our low self-esteem and all that kind of thing. So when our energy gets used like that in an egocentric way, what actually happens is that we create a fate, you could call it, for ourselves. And that, if it's not interfered with by anyone else, will come back to us like a boomerang. Why? Because it needs to be seen, basically. It's like a clash of energy. It's like that it doesn't get accepted anywhere or received anywhere, so it has to go back. It's like an elastic. You pull it, what's going to happen once the tension is gone, once the juice is out of it, boom, it goes back. And why does the juice go out of it? Because this ego energy doesn't have any energy of itself, of its own. It has to usurp it from our true nature. So anything that happens in an egotistical sense is at the expense of our life energy. So whatever we give out, it comes back to us ultimately. So in that sense, anything that's ever been wronged will, like, justice does get served. But it has this. It can sound like it's kind of like that there's some kind of vengeance or something like that, but it's not that. It's just a matter of going back to harmony. It's like the elastic that's in a state of tension, but a state of tension isn't tenable. So ultimately, there's always a relaxation. That's all there is to it.